This is Chase Gore.
This is Chris Gore.
And this is the Andrews Mustang Slot Team Mafia Show, Episode 6. And we're here in the studio, brought to you by Daniel Montoya with Monument Realty. Our backdrop is brought to you by Nix and Nax. We got a show set up for you. We're going to go quickly through the Monahans game. We're going to go into a preview with the Greenwood game this Friday night. And then we have two Andrews Mustangs live in studio. And then at the end of the show, we will have a special announcement that we're going to be talking about. And just one more thing, we want to let you guys know that this show is not affiliated with AHS or Andrews Independent School District. So we're going to go ahead and jump into it. This last Friday night, Monahans Lobos come to Andrews, and they actually defeated the Mustangs and kind of put it on us pretty good. Chris, do you want to go ahead and dive into that real quick?
Well, yeah, Monahans has a heck of a team. All you can really do is tip your hat to them, wish them well the rest of the year. I don't see them losing. I think they'll be 12 or 13-0 before they lose a game. Mustangs had some opportunities in the first half. Again, young team. They played hard. Penalties and turnovers were kind of the difference that got the momentum away from us, but those are things we'll learn from. And like you said, we've got to put it behind us and move forward to the next game. Got Greenwood coming up, and these non-district games are to get us prepared for district, and we're ready for it.
I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the stats of the Monahans game. Do want to say on the offensive side of the ball, Jayshawn DeBose, he had 11 carries for 263 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Impressive.
On the defensive side of the ball, Jet Fisher finished the game with 8 tackles, and Brady Kelly had a sack. My take on the game, we just had too many mistakes and turnovers. We looked very young, and Monahans looked like the seasoned
mature team.
And but we kind of talked about this way back when we started this. We got a young team, a new system. It's going to take a little while, and but we showed spurts, and we showed
we had some opportunities. We
did, and but young team has to find their way, and they got to figure out. And the only way you learn is to play more games in that situation. So,
absolutely.
So we're going to go ahead and get away from the Monahans game. We're going to be looking this Friday night. Andrews will be traveling to Greenwood to face the Greenwood Rangers. Greenwood on the season right now they're 0-2. They dropped their first game to Lubbock Estacada 65-51.
65, yeah.
Game 2 they played a very good Canyon West Plains team. This past Friday night, they dropped that game 59-14. They have a new head coach, Brian Hill. He came over from Abilene Wiley, was their defensive coordinator. I think on offense, they had 8 coming back on offense, 5 on defense from a team last year that was 5-6. I do know some of their big men up front on both sides. I know one in particular is one of their really good returners. I think his name is Easton Fierro.
He played both ways?
Well, he plays both ways, both sides on the line. He's one of the Permian Basin top 5 defensive line players, and he's had some knee issues. And so I don't think he's played in the first 2 games. I think this will be his first game coming back against the Mustangs. Players to watch for them. They have a young sophomore quarterback that we get to watch.
Yeah, they've got a young team, yeah.
And they also have a sophomore running back, Dylan Dominguez, that looks really good, and a wide receiver, Cade Rowlett. And I think he had about 400 or 500 yards receiving last season coming over. On the defensive side of the ball, they run a 4-2-5 defense. And, of course, on offense now they went to the full spread. They're actually throwing probably 60-70% run now, 30-40%. So, Chris, what can you tell us about Greenwood?
Well, I mean, pretty much you hit it on the head. I mean, we got to watch them that first game against Estacada, and they actually played with them for about a quarter and a half. Let Estacada pull away from them there at the end of the first half, and then it was on from there. I think they're in a similar boat as we are. New offense. Of course, this is Coach Harvey's second year, but their coach Hill came over from Wiley. Like you said, he was their DC. Implement a new offense, kids learning a new system. They were more of a run-based offense over the last several years. So they're learning, have a lot of young kids. They've taken 2 on the chin. But, you know, they have kids who always play hard, and their coaching staff, you can bet they're itching for a win. I think it's a good matchup for the Mustangs. I really do. But we'll just have to line it up and wait till we kick it off on Friday night to find out.
So, interesting little nugget. Greenwood and Andrews all time, they played each other 13 times. Greenwood leads the series, 7 wins to Andrews, 6 wins, and no ties.
Pretty even. It's been pretty even over the years. I think we started playing them about 20 years ago. They were 1A, 2A.
2002 was the first
year. Yeah, they were lower classification for many years. Midland started growing out that way, and then they came up 3A, then to 4A. I suspect that I would think that they would be 4A Division I before long. That'll give us another team besides Big Spring and Lakeview in our area to be in our district. But it's always a good game. It seems like it's back and forth year to year. Like I said, their kids always play hard. I've always had a good coaching staff over there, and I suspect what they have over there this year is no different. They're just, you know, like I said, got a lot of young kids and learning a new system.
All right, so now we're going to go into game predictions from Andrews going down to Greenwood. Chris, tell me what you got.
We had I had the Monahans Andrews score flip last week. I think I predicted 49-27. That was the score, but Monahans ended up getting the better of us last week. But this week, I really think if the Mustangs can jump on Greenwood early, get a 2 or 3 touchdown lead in the first or second quarter, I really think that plays to our advantage. We're not going to see a lot of teams outside of Brownwood, I don't think. Maybe Canyon High that's going to be as physical up front as Monahans was the rest of the year, at least in the regular season. I think it's a really good matchup for us. I'm going to say Andrews 56, Greenwood 28.
All right. And I think that the way I'm looking at this is I'm hoping that we clean up some of the false starts.
Got to do that. Fumbles.
Big runs getting brought back by penalties. I think we lost 3 fumbles.
Can't put it on
some
the
of
ground.
that we got to clean up. And I'm going to go ahead and say I've been waiting for the passing game. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make my prediction. I say Andrews at least throws 1 touchdown pass, maybe 2 in this game. And I've got Andrews 42 to Greenwood 21.
Man, if we could get a passing game going with the way we've been able to run the ball, would be such a benefit to this offense. I know the coaches and the kids are working hard on it. I think we'll see it. You got a new quarterback, new system. I think it's coming. I'm with you. I think it's coming along, and I'm anxious. I'm ready to see it.
All right, the next segment we're going to roll into is our 4A Division I Region I Gore Poll.
There we go.
20 teams in the region. Every week it's going to change depending on how the teams do. And so number 1 still holding strong is Decatur. We got number 2, we have Brownwood. Third team in this region, we got Lubbock Estacado. The 4th place team in this region, we have Canyon High School. Number 5, we have Hereford.
Hereford's 2-0. They beat Wichita Falls.
Hereford's looking tough.
Yeah.
Number 6, we have our Andrews Mustangs. At number 7, we have Burke Burnett. At number 8, we have Canyon Randall. Number 9, we have Mineral Wells.
Are they 2-0?
And 2-0.
Let's see how long that lasts.
And number 10, we have the Pampa Harvesters sitting at number 10. So that is our Gore Poll 4A Division I Region I poll.
You know, like Chase said, like we've said the last couple of weeks, this Region I poll, 4A Division I Region I poll, will fluctuate week to week. Decatur's 0-2, but they're still in the number 1 spot. I think they're by far still the team to beat in Region 1. I think they lost to Wichita Falls Ryder and Anna, so they played some stiff competition. They've got Stephenville this week, which Stephenville's 1-1, lost to Midlothian Heritage, and beat Everman. That's where, what's his name?
Gafford.
Ryan Gafford, yeah, the old Andrews Mustangs quarterback in the Yellow Jackets. They're Region 2. But that'll be an interesting matchup to see how they stack up against Decatur. But Decatur's played stiff competition this year.
Now, in this next portion, we're going to go into our pick'em section, where last week, yours truly went 5-0. Chris went 4-1. So overall for the season.
Which game did I miss?
Let me finish. We're both tied at 6-4. Chris actually he took Dumas over Estacado.
I thought they'd pull it. I thought Dumas would put it together, but now they doesn't look like they're going to.
But that gives us 6-4 apiece for the season. This week's pick'ems, Chris, you got Lakeview at Lubbock High.
We saw Lubbock High. Haven't seen Lakeview. Sweetwater put like 65 or 64 on Lakeview. Lubbock High's got a couple of athletes. I'm going to say Lubbock High by 14.
I got Lubbock High by 14 as well. Game 2, I got Big Spring at Monahans.
I've seen Big Spring play, and I've seen Monahans play. Big Spring, I don't think, in my opinion, they're not going to match up front real well with Monahans. I'm going to say Monahans 63, Big Spring 14. Big score.
All right. I got Monahans by 4 touchdowns. The third one is I got Burnett at Brownwood.
Yeah, Burnett hasn't been real strong the last few years. They'll be similar to Marble Falls, who Brownwood destroyed last week. I'm going to say the Lions 56-7.
All right. And I got Brownwood by 5 touchdowns. Game 4, I got Estacado at Paladuro.
Paladuro, I think they're 1-1. They beat Caprock last week. They got beat pretty good by Tascosa, who's one of the better teams in Region 1 altogether. Paladuro is similar to Estacado. They've got a lot of good players, but I don't think they've put it together like Estacado has. I'm going to say Estacado by 3 touchdowns.
I got Estacado by 7. And the bonus game, we're throwing a bonus game in here. We have West Plains, Canyon West Plains, playing basically at home versus Canyon High School.
Yeah, Canyon High's 2-0. They beat a suspect Clovis, New Mexico squad, and they struggled with Perryton last week. West Plains is 1-1, but they lost to Bushland, who's a state power in 3A last minute of the game, and they laid the hammer down on Greenwood. I'm going to say West Plains by 3 touchdowns.
I'm going to go West Plains in a close game by less than 6 points. So that's going to be our pick'em section, and we'll have to wait till next week to see how it comes out. Tied up 6-4 and 6-4. This next episode, we got 2 Andrews Mustangs here in studio. We'll be right back with the. All right, now we're here in the studio. We're going to have an interview with Andrews defensive end Callie Torres. Callie, nice to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead and tell everybody out there the position you play and what number you are.
I play defensive end, and I'm number 24.
Number 24. All right, we're going to go ahead and bust in. I want to know who your favorite football player is, and tell me why.
My favorite football player has to be Ray Lewis because, he's just an inspirational guy on and off the field. He's going to bring it to you every game, and you already know what you're going to get out of him. And, I just like him.
He is tough, and he's basically the epitome of a leader on and off the field.
Yes, sir.
By example, and and he'll get on them too, and he'll make sure that they're ready to play.
Big hitter.
Now we're going to dive into the Mustang questions. So I want you, offense, defense, special teams, I want you to give me one player on the team that you think is going to surprise people this season.
Well, I think I'll turn some heads this season. I think I've been putting in enough work just to show people, I can do it this season. Get it done.
Awesome. All right, now we're going to go into question number 3. So I want you to explain your position and your role on the team and things that you have to do to prepare for it.
Well, I'm a senior this season, and there's a lot of young kids on our team. So, just getting them prepared for the next game and not having their heads down, because, as a young team, there's going to be a lot of people saying this and that. But I just think that we're more mature than they say we are. So, yeah.
Trying to keep everybody positive and just trying, you know what I mean? Yeah. Trying to lead everybody and just say, hey, we got to keep going here, stay positive. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is your personal goal and what is your team goal for the team this season?
My personal goal is just to be a better player when I walked on the field and walked off the field. And my team goal is to lead this team better than I found it, for sure, just to lead these young kids and just to show them, anything's possible.
Well, Callie, we know you're going to have a good season. You got to keep working hard and keep these guys going. You got to keep them up. And let's go down to Greenwood this Friday and let's get us a W.
Yes, sir.
Stack one win at a time.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate having you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're here with interview number 2. We got Emmanuel Orendane, Andrews Mustangs. Emmanuel, good to have you on the show. Go ahead and let everybody know what position you play and what number you are.
I'm a swingman, and I wear number 17.
So go ahead and just go into detail and let them know what a swingman is.
I pretty much sit onto the sideline till coach calls me to go get the play and go tell the other offensive players.
So he's like a tight end. They have 3 tight ends that rotate in. They take in the play. And then also, though, Manuel's also can play tackle. He plays guard all up and down the line. If they need him to go in for anybody, Manuel can go in and do that. That's kind of the gist of it. So we're going to go ahead and ask you, who's your favorite football player, and tell me why.
I'd have to go Devontae Smith because he's faced adversity ever since he was young, and I like his one speech that he gave for his Heisman. He wasn't the biggest, nor the strongest, nor the fastest, but he was able to prove that at Bama, and then now he's able to prove it in the NFL.
Good ball player.
Yes, sir.
Tall, lanky, fast. Yeah, he's a good player. So I want you, offense, defense, special teams, you give me one player on the team that you think is going to surprise people this year.
I'd have to go Juju Azan. You know, he's young. He still has a bunch to learn, but he has the height, the strength, and the speed to fill out his position and still learn more.
Oh, Juju, good kid right there. He's a good kid, works hard.
Yes,
So I want you to tell me more about your role in your position this season with the team, and explain to me things that you've had to learn and some of the different things that in the past you haven't been used to doing that you're having to do now.
I have to go give out the play to everybody else and line up on the opposite side of the call and go hit a linebacker or safety. And then I've had to pretty much learn to be a wide receiver sometimes and run a lot. Just terrible.
Do a lot of running?
Yeah.
So for y'all that don't know, Manuel's one of the kids that come out, worked with us all summer, put the work in. He's really worked hard and worked all summer long, worked his tail off, quicker, faster, stronger. And one thing I've always told him is just keep working. Good things will come. If you keep working hard, good things will come in time. So, Manuel, tell me what your personal goal and your team goal is for the team for this season.
My personal goal is to get as many pancakes as I could get, and our team goal is to hopefully make it a state.
I like that. And we appreciate you coming on the show. Keep working. You're looking good, and doing an excellent job. I want y'all to go down to Greenwood, one play at a time, and let's try to get a W.
Yes, sir.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, this is going to wrap up the episode 6 of the Andrews Mustang Slot Team Mafia show. I want to have special thanks to the Mustangs that were in the studio and my co-host, Chris Gore.
Yes, sir.
This studio, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Daniel Montoya with Monument Realty, our backdrop by Nixon Nax.
Daniel's a good guy.
And we want to let everybody know that we had a special announcement. So if you've stayed with us to the end of the show, this Friday night, me and my co-host here, Chris Gore, we're going to be over in Greenwood. We're going to live stream the game.
We're going to give it a shot.
And it's going to be live on our Facebook page, and it's going to be live on our YouTube page.
Give them those pages, Chase.
And on Facebook, it's Andrews Mustang Slot Team Mafia Show. On YouTube, it is Andrews Mustang Slot Team Mafia Show. So both of those pages, that's the name of them. Go on there, like it, share it, do whatever you got to do. But we will be live in Greenwood. We'll be bringing you the action.
Play-by-play.
Play-by-play. Me and this guy right here. And always, we want everybody out there watching. Thank you for watching the show. And always remember, it's a great day to be a Mustang.